Today is day 17 for my Bonne Maman advent calendar. Let's see what's behind door number 17. Counter cooking. No kitchen, no problem. Here's door number 17. It's on top of the calendar. And we have a peach mint spread. That sounds really good. This flavor was in last year's advent calendar, and I made a warm chickpea salad with it. It was so good. I still remember it. But I'm going to taste the fruit spread to refresh my memory of how the fruit spread tastes. This is so good. I'm definitely getting a lot of mint and like a hint of peach. Today I'm making easy falafel patties, and I'm going to be cooking them in the Dash mini griddle. But first I have to put them together. So I have my food processor, and I've put one 15-ounce can of garbanzo beans into the food processor. I've rinsed them very well. And what I do anytime that I use canned beans is I put them in a small colander and I rinse them until there are no bubbles coming up out of the beans. And that really helps to make them easier to digest. The recipe says that I want to pulse these to chop them up. That looks good. I added some chopped red onion. The recipe calls for half of an onion, but I only had a really large red onion, so I added maybe like a quarter of the onion. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of flour. That'll help bind them together a little bit. 1 teaspoon of cumin. 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. It calls for a 1/4 cup of fresh parsley, but I have frozen parsley. This is what I do when I get parsley from my farm share and don't use all of it. I take what's left over and I put it in like a Ziploc bag or a freezer container, and I put it in my freezer. I make sure I date it so I know what it is, and then I just take it out as I need it. So I'm just gonna take a bunch of this parsley. That's probably around 1/4 cup. The recipe also calls for fresh cilantro, which I don't know if I have in my freezer, and I don't have anything fresh, so I'm gonna look. Yeah, I don't have cilantro, so I'm not gonna use that. So the other ingredient is an egg. So I'm gonna pulse this again. Need a spatula to get it off the sides. It smells really good. To me, this looks really wet. Like, I don't know how this is going to form patties. The recipe says to shape this into balls or patties, but there's no way that this is going to hold its shape. So I'm going to add a little bit more flour. Let's add another tablespoon and see how this does. So that helped a little bit, but not much. Let's add another 2 tablespoons of flour. Okay, so this looks a little bit better. But it's not really something that I could form balls with, but I'm going to use it anyway because I'm using the Dash mini griddle. So I'm just going to fry it like a pancake, and that'll be that. I'm thinking that this recipe should not have had an egg in it. Maybe that's why it's not sticking together, because the egg added too much liquid. Here's my Dash mini griddle, and the blue light is on. Once the blue light goes off, then we are going to start cooking a falafel patty. The first thing I want to do is try cooking it plain without adding anything to the griddle, just seeing how it comes out. Actually, right now it's holding its shape pretty good. Let's just push it around a little bit. I think that looks good, so let's close this and let's come back in about 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. I see some steam rising out of this griddle. Let's open it up and see what's going on in here. That's what it looks like. So there's some browning going on top, and it's actually quite firm. Let's flip it over. That looks really nice. I'm gonna say this is done. It smells really good. Let's take it off. So here's the falafel patty. And before I cook another one, what I want to do is I want to cut this one open and let's see what's going on inside and let's taste it. So there's the inside. It looks really good. It also tastes really good, but it's missing salt. And I would also say some pepper, so I definitely need to add some salt and pepper to this. But I really like how the inside is nice and smooth. I've never been a fan of chunky, dry falafel, so this is actually really good. And I don't miss a greasy fried coating on it. I actually like it like this. Okay, let's make another one. This time I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to the griddle. I have like an olive oil sprayer. And I mix some salt and pepper into the batter. So I added 2 big scoops. And now let's shut this. And I think 5 minutes were good, so let's cook this for 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. Let's see what's going on. That looks good also. This one's a bit more browned, so let's cut this one open. That's what it looks like inside, very similar. It's a little bit crispier on the outside, probably from the bottom where the olive oil was, and it definitely tastes better with a little bit of salt and pepper. Overall, I'm really happy with these falafel patties. Let's make another one. I do like it with a little bit of olive oil on it. And I like making large burger size patties. So let's shut that, and this time let's cook it a little bit longer. Let's cook it for a full 8 minutes and see what happens. Okay, it's been 8 minutes. Let's see what's going on here. It looks good. It's even more browned. And there's the other side. It looks really good. So now for this one, I am going to try it with the peach mint spread. That's the whole reason why I'm making these falafel patties, is to eat them with this peach mint spread. This one I'm going to cut into with a fork. And that's what it looks like. That is so good. These are so good with the fruit spread, because the fruit spread adds a little bit of sweetness, and the mint flavor goes so well with these falafel patties. So if you've ever had falafel, you know they're very savory. And if you haven't had falafel, just think about the ingredients. We have chickpeas, we have garlic, we have cumin, we have parsley. So that's a really savory bean patty. And by adding the sweetness of the peach mint fruit spread and then the brightness of the mint, it's just so good. It's such a good combination. Absolutely delicious. So I am definitely going to be enjoying these. And that's what I did with my Bonne Maman fruit spread today. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel to see what else we can make with the fruit spreads in this Bonne Maman advent calendar. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.